are some of the most toxic, polluting facilities in the world and are killing black people throughout Louisiana.
Okay,
so my first thing would be...
Americans are watching this hearing today, and I'm glad we're having it because this is some of the most outlandish testimony I've witnessed yet in 6 years in this oversight committee room. It's stunning. I'm not quite sure. I mean, with all due respect to our panelists today, I'm not quite sure some of you are connected to reality. So I'm going to, Ms. Salter, ma'am, good lady, please prepare your mind because I'm going to ask you 3 questions. I'm going to give you most of my time. I think it's good that America hears what you have to say. If you had control of the world, ma'am, if you did, I mean, you're presenting these grand ideas about eliminating fossil fuel and the horrors of the oil and gas industry and the energy that we consume to run the world and uplift the economic potential and prosperity of the world, which is the single most significant factor that connects the prosperity of our citizenry worldwide is economic opportunity, and energy drives that. But here you go. Let me just ask you, what would you do? I have 3 questions, so try and keep your answers within 30 or 40 seconds, please. What would you do with petrochemical products? Okay, everything you have, your clothes, your glasses, the car you got here on, your phone, the table you're sitting at, the chair, the carpet under your feet, everything you've got is petrochemical products. What would you do with that? Tell the world.
If I had that power in the world, actually, I don't need that power because what I would do is ask you, sir, from Louisiana.
I'm giving you the power. You're presenting.
To search you, sir, from Louisiana, to search your heart and understand why the EPA knows that toxic petrochemical facilities are some of the most toxic, polluting facilities in the world and are killing black people throughout Louisiana.
Okay,
so my first thing would be you to search your heart and ask your God what you are doing to the black and poor people in Louisiana. That would be my first thing to ask.
Let's just have one at a time so that we can...
It's my time, Mr. Chairman. If I reclaim my time, I shall. I'm going to give this young lady an opportunity. You might not like it, but America needs to hear it. You've got no answer, do you, young lady, about what to do with petrochemical products, so I'll move on. What are you going to do with ocean-going vessels? What do you do with the maritime industry?
Well, we could, again, I would ask you to search your heart for what is happening on the coast of Louisiana. Of course we do. We need to move away from petrochemicals. We need to shut down the petrochemical facilities in your state and move away from plastic. We need to move away from it. And there are...
It's insane. What would you do with the aviation industry?
The only thing that would not function is the petrochemical industry in your state, sir.
Do you care about the planet, good lady? Like, do you have ecological concern for real? Like, from a biblical perspective, we were given. The Lord gave us dominion over the planet and the creatures thereof. Now, the original translations of dominion means to care for and nurture. So from a biblical perspective, I am an environmentalist. I love my planet and the people and the creatures thereof. Do you?
Sir, if we're going to talk about the Lord, I ask that you search your heart again and think about repenting.
I search my heart very quickly. I love the planet. I'm asking you,
the fossil fuel industry that owns your state is destroying the earth and the natural world, and that is a fact, sir.
You know what you got, young lady? You got a lot of noise, but you got no answers. Mr. Chairman, I yield.
In the 4 years that I've sat on this committee, I have never seen members of Congress, Republican or Democrat, disrespect a witness in the way that I have seen them disrespect you today. I do not care what party they are in. I've never seen anything like that. And for the gentleman of Louisiana and the comfort that he felt in yelling at you like that, there's more than one way to get a point across. And frankly, men who treat women like that in public, I fear how they treat them in private. We can be better than this. We don't have to resort to yelling.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Texas seek recognition?
I ask unanimous consent that the gentlewoman from Texas, the Honorable Mayra Flores, be permitted to take the oath of office this evening. Her certificate of election has just arrived, not arrived, but there is no contest and no question has been raised with regard to her election.
Without objection. Will Representative-elect Flores and the members of the Texas delegation present themselves in the well? All members will rise, and the representative-elect will please raise her right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God. Congratulations, you are now a member of the 117th. Without objection, the gentleman from Texas is recognized for 1 minute. Without objection, the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Doggett, is recognized for 1 minute.
Madam Speaker, central to the preservation of our democracy is recognition of the results of fair elections you lose just as much, if not more, than the elections which you win. Tonight, we welcome to this chamber a new member and recognize a fairly won Republican victory in my home state for the 6 months remaining this year in the term of our recent colleague Philemon Vela, who resigned. Mayra Flores was born and raised in Mexico. She came legally to the United States at 6 years with the help of her father and became a naturalized American citizen. She graduated in 2014 as a respiratory care practitioner and currently works caring for those with chronic respiratory issues. With Latino Texans bearing a very disproportionate burden from the pandemic, she has been on the front lines combating COVID. She graduated from South Texas College, and her husband serves as a Border Patrol agent. Mayra will be the first Mexican-born woman to serve in this House and the first Hispanic Republican woman to serve in our Texas delegation. She ran a very vigorous campaign. I congratulate her on her success. I see that she brings a beautiful family to our chamber, and I look forward to working with her this year. I yield to the senior Texas Republican and my Ways and Means colleague, Mr. Brady.
Thank you, Mr. Doggett. On this day in 1788, the United States Constitution was ratified, making that remarkable document the law of this land. And it began with those immortal words, "We the people." So 234 years to the day after that call to create a more perfect union, the U.S. House of Representatives makes history today with the inspiring swearing in of the first Mexico-born member of Congress, Mayra Flores of Texas. Hear, hear. There is so much to be impressed with Mayra. She was born and raised with humble beginnings in Burgos, Mexico. From a young age, her parents and grandparents raised her with strong conservative values, faith, family, and hard work. She came legally to the United States at 6 years old. And with the enthusiastic help of her father, she became a proud, naturalized American citizen. Growing up, Mayra worked alongside her parents in the cotton fields in Memphis, Texas, to earn extra money for school supplies and clothes. With the support of her family, Mayra graduated as a respiratory care practitioner, has worked ever since to care for the elderly and the disabled. She did serve on the front lines, helping patients combat COVID-19, and remains every day an active member of her community in South Texas. She remains a firm believer in the American dream. It's a dream she's living, and will always fight so that others can achieve it as she has. A proud wife and mother of four, her husband serves as a Border Patrol agent, the Rio Grande Valley, working to protect our country during an unprecedented border crisis. So on behalf of the entire Texas delegation, please welcome with me to the United States Congress, the Honorable Mayra Flores, her husband John, and their 4 beautiful children. Mayra.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, I rise today to give a voice to the voiceless, to say that the people who live and work in South Texas have had enough. We want to be heard, and we are tired of being treated like second-class citizens. I was born in Burgos, Tamaulipas, Mexico, sí, señor. And raised with strong values to always put God and family first. My father, Saul Flores, moved us to the United States because of the promise of America. He told me, in this country, if you work hard, you can accomplish anything. My story proves he is right. But right now, our people are struggling. They are taken for granted. That ends now. And I'm here. I have risen from working in the cotton fields to representing I have risen from working in the cotton fields to representing the community I love in the United States Congress, and I will give them a voice. I will use it to say our lives are not a game. Our people deserve to have opportunity, security, and freedom, and I will work every day to give it to them. I am a proud Border Patrol wife and a mother of 4 young children, fighting for a better future for them and for all our children. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield back.
So that's it.